What's going on, Embers? We are back with another podcast, and some people are calling this the GOATed podcast. Do you know why that is, Vince?
Probably because we're goats.
No, because this is episode number 12, baby. 12, GOAT, put it together. I can't do everything for you. It's episode 12. We got a lot planned for this week. First off, our new trend. Number 12, what does it make you think of? What numbers? What people?
I have one prepared.
Okay.
Kelly Oubre Jr.
Kelly Oubre Jr., is that 76ers
He doesn't
Oubre
wear
Jr.?
12 on the Sixers, but he has wore 12.
Okay.
Do you want me to tell
Well,
you who wears 12 on the Sixers?
I know.
You know,
I think I do.
who is it?
Toby.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Go,
He's
dude.
yeah, and yeah, just back to Oubre, you know, what else is there to say, I guess,
Nothing.
besides that he's the sexiest player in
It's
the NBA.
crazy. Like, sorry, not to cut you off. I know that's a really, 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 really bad thing. But it's crazy once they add like Paul George or Miles Bridges or LeBron James and then like
Oh,
how they're gonna mesh with Toby, while he's still there.
oh yeah, good thing that's not going to be the case.
No, yeah, it will be. I
Dude,
think they'll
Miles
probably
Bridges, bro.
you want to speak on that real quick while you have the platform?
Dude, I would be so upset. Honestly, I would be so upset if they pick up Miles Bridges this offseason. It's going to be a killer for me.
Speak your truth.
I do think he's really good. So, like, it'll probably be good for the Sixers. What do you think about that?
I don't really know. I didn't watch a whole lot of Hornets games this year, but like I guess I noticed he scored a lot. I mean, he seems like he's good at scoring at least, right?
Oh, he's got good stats.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
he's,
shit.
but I mean, I want to keep the fucking wife beaters out of Philly, bro.
Yeah. I can't believe he's playing. That's kind of crazy. But um, yeah, I don't know. Is he one of those we keep talking about like a wing that can score? Is he a wing?
Yeah, he'll
Oh,
play like the three.
all right. Well, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I guess they are probably trying to move him. That makes sense. And I guess it makes sense why Philly would want him.
Well, I think his contract's up. I think he's a UFA.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, they brought him back just to let him walk at the end of the year
Yeah, they got him for like 1 year or
on a
something.
tanking team? That makes no sense. What were they doing?
I don't know. Maybe, well, I think maybe his like entry level was already completed and then
Yeah. I didn't get why the Hornets weren't just like, fuck off for a little bit, just I don't know, whatever. Weird stuff. I have a number 12 for you.
okay.
I'm gonna have to go for some stick and puck here. I'm gonna go with Jerome McGinley
Wow.
of the Calgary Flames, amongst other teams. He was such a beast. I remember specifically he was on the cover of NHL 2003, which was a game that I spent a lot of time on as a kid, which is a lot of fun. So and McGinley was such a beast back in the day. I think his kid. Oh, is it his kid or like his?
His kid,
It's his kid.
Teach,
Yeah, his kid's supposed to be insane, right?
he's about to get drafted this year in
Oh,
the
that's
top
sick.
10. And Calgary
That's
has a
sick.
pick in the top 10. I think they're at like 8 or 9, and that's
Oh,
like
that's
kind of where,
cool.
yeah, I think he's pretty much guaranteed to go there, I feel like.
They got to get a Gendla back in Calgary. That's really cool.
They
Because he
do.
did. He went on a little tour at the end of his year. I think he bounced between like Pittsburgh, Boston, and Colorado. I'm pretty sure.
I remember him on Colorado.
Yeah, he went around a couple teams. But again, that was sick. Also, a tiny little shout out to Patrick Marlowe, who also wore number 12. Beast. Never got a cup. Oh, well. He was fun, though. He has a weird face.
You're going hockey this week, huh?
Yeah, I mean, well, I think it's fun that both of us had time to prepare for this week's episode for 12s, and neither of us went to football, which is like by far the easiest sport for 12s. So that's kind of fun.
You could go to lacrosse
Go
with Vince
ahead.
Valera.
I thought also hockey, no?
I wore two in hockey,
Oh, that's right.
but I had 12 in lax.
Yeah. I mean, I associate you with 12 more than anything. So
Yeah, I do love two though these days.
we both kind of got our jersey numbers jacked on that hockey team because I am not a 77. And
Oh,
I don't
you're
know if you,
not?
no,
What
no.
are you?
I was typically 7 or 4.
Oh,
Although 77 does kind of go hard. I wasn't mad that
it's,
I was
I feel like it
77.
kind of fits you.
I do like 77, but I like the lower numbers better. I was a 19 kid when I was younger. I did like the number 19. It's a lot of fun. But uh, yeah, I did, 2 felt weird for you. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird number.
Yeah.
12 does fit me.
Yeah, I see you as 12.
All right, well,
Should we shout out our friend who like is the number 12, or should we just like not even speak that?
King TV.
Yeah, King TV. King
Yeah,
TV send
he's
a frog
like,
if you're watching TV.
oh yeah, good luck. But TV is so much the number 12 though. I
Uh-huh.
feel like he's so much more 12 than I am. That's why kind of I've adopted two.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of hard. You can't have more than 112
And
in the
12
group.
wasn't my number like when I moved here and I got assigned 12 and then I kind of just like made it mine.
Oh, nice.
But I was always like a 21 kind of guy.
21.
That was like my OG number.
That's interesting. I don't feel like I know many 21s.
I liked it because of Peter Forsberg.
You were 21?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I think on the Flyers he did.
Yeah, was he different on the Avalanche then?
He
Probably.
might have been.
I don't know. I guess I don't really remember. A little bit before my time. Forsberg was electric. Um,
Yeah, I didn't really even like watch him, but
those Avs teams with like Sakic, Forsberg, Hayduke, Adam Foote. Am I saying the correct guys? I think so. Patrick Waugh. Pretty sick ass teams.
all right, maybe he didn't.
What numbers have you seen for him?
Um, oh yeah, 21.
21.
21. I guess when he got drafted though, he had like 9 on for some reason.
Weird. Hey, Philip Forsberg versus 9. Well, regardless,
Yeah,
12.
that's
We got Aginla, Marlowe, and we got Kelly Oubre Jr. Pretty solid list, I'd say.
and Toby.
And Toby, I guess. But yikes. So we have more than 0 emails this week. Do I have that correct?
You do. We have 2 emails this week.
Okay. How do you want to do these?
Um, let's start with Josh's.
Okay.
So this is our genuine fan, Josh. We love you, Josh. Thanks for tuning in.
Mhm.
And he says, been catching up on casts lately, and
Thank
your
you.
boy Flame is losing it.
So
Haha.
true.
Tell him to Google. Nah, wait, opera, chai za, and deep dish comes up. Just saying, bro. Oh, and did his ass bank a 3 from the baseline? Bro, come on, dude. Gotta call that shit. And then just furthermore, I emailed Josh and I asked him how he found us because I was curious because he's a fan of the show that's not a family or friend. And he said he just found us randomly on
Wow.
Spotify under
That,
sports. Under
that's
sports.
under sports?
Yes, under sports.
Interesting. I guess more than anything, it probably is sports. I mean, our intro has fucking basketball in it.
Well, I think
But
I clicked sports when I made it.
oh, wow, it makes more sense. Well, I mean, I appreciate the email, Josh. I don't think there was a question in there, but
No, not
it is a
really.
funny email. I have been losing it, no doubt. And I mean, the opera reference, like, yeah, whatever. I feel like it's just I haven't really changed my mind too much on like the different browsers. Like, I'm a real like whenever there's a new thing that comes out, like if we're gonna talk about sports, there's a lot of craze that always gets made about like the sleeper app for fantasy football. You know, people are always like, "Oh, you can do this on it and it's so much better than ESPN. If you use ESPN, your fucking league sucks." And it's like, man, like I'm just gonna use ESPN. It's like easy and like I know it's gonna work fine. Every once in a while, I'll come across somebody complaining like, "Dude, my sleeper like hasn't updated scores in a week," and it's like, yeah, I don't think I want to deal with that. So I'm okay with not getting the latest and greatest tech. I feel like, and I think it's the same thing for Opera, where it's like, yeah, I mean, can I probably do some cool stuff and avoid some of the more annoying things you get with like Google? Sure, but like I know how to use Google. It's easy. It's comfortable. Like it's gonna fucking have everything I need. Nothing more annoying than when you're doing a non-Google search and you're just looking at something that you know you'd get with Google, and it's like a fucking. It's like, what am I looking at right now? I remember back in the day when Bing was trying to be a thing. I was like low key like Team Bing. Like, come on, like let's do this. You know, like I do want somebody to rise up, and I would like search for something on Bing, and I'd be like, how am I having so much trouble just finding like ESPN.com or like fucking anything. It's just like I don't know. It's weird. Maybe it's just me being so like used to the Google algorithm of like knowing what to put it in to get what I want or whatever it is. But like, and maybe that's their way of like conditioning their users to be addicted to only using their product. Which in that case, I'm not even mad. That's just like like a hat tip from me. You know, it's like you got me because I don't want to fucking use anything else. It's fine. You know, like I don't have a major need. I feel like for things to come along like this, like there needs to be something seriously fucking wrong with the status quo. And like ESPN Fantasy, Google.com, are they annoying sometimes? Sure. Could they do more? Sure. But like at the end of the day, is it that big of a fucking deal? No. You know? I mean, shit, dude. So yeah, anyway, I'm kind of talking out of my ass because I don't even know what the fuck Opera does really, but I'm good. And then did I bank a three? It kind of looks like it, yes. There's like absolutely no way I was attempting to bank that either. So you got me right-handed there, Josh. You got me absolutely right-handed. What I will not give you is the chai pizza being deep dish because yeah, you look it up, you're gonna get deep dish. That's like that's what they want you to think, bro. That's what they're trying to tell you about Chicago. They don't want you to find the good fucking thin crust spots because they want you to think we're a fucking gimmick city with gimmick food and gimmick fucking pizza. It actually fucking irks me, dude. It actually fucking irks me so
Yeah,
bad that people
that's
like
kind of misleading.
it is
If
like
you go to Chicago, you're probably only expecting that kind of pizza.
yeah, you probably go up to the fucking pizza restaurant looking like a fucking moron. Oh, can I get a thin crust pizza? Like, yeah, dude, like that's what we do here. Like we have a deep dish, like it's around. Oh, just
All
it's fucking
right, well,
stupid.
let's move on from that. Thanks, Josh, for
Thank you,
the email
Josh.
as always. And then the other email came from my dad, his second email to the show.
Mm,
And he was one of the few who participated in the Embers feedback portion of the last episode.
mm.
And he sent us a whole bunch of stuff, whole bunch of feedback. Um, I didn't really want to read it word for word, but
Yeah.
yeah, should I?
Oh, I just had a couple of lines here I wanted to pull out, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, pull out any lines you thought
Okay,
were
yeah.
important.
The one in the Oregon shirt talks too fast, talks like an idiot, stumbles his words sometimes. That was one line. I think another part here, like, um, flame big dumbass. So yeah, a little parts of feedback. I don't know if I appreciate it a whole lot, but I guess there's some good stuff in there. That's pretty much all the quotes that I wanted to bring out.
Yeah, those ones are noticeable for you.
Yeah, I guess those might have just, you know, had to read them a couple times to make sure, I was seeing what I saw. So I don't know. What did you have to pull out from that?
No, no, what did he actually say about you though?
All right, I'll. It's a joke. It's all a joke. He was very kind.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I
Don't
mean,
paint my
he.
dad in that light, bro. Come
All
on.
right, sorry, bro. He was very kind. He said that he said nice things. He said that it's important to keep consistent. He doesn't want us to be missing episodes, and I couldn't agree more. We want to keep at it. At the end of the day, we're not going to be an overnight sensation, and we're okay with that. We want to fill joy into the hearts of those that we touch. Though we've already had our first real person living blood and flesh. Josh, if you're still listening, can you please like put your arms out and like do one of these and like just make sure your extremities are working and like I don't know, like glance over your family tree. Make sure that we're not related in any way because you are patient zero of this podcast, and so we have a start there. And your dad was basically just saying like, you're off to a great start. Keep it going. Be as consistent as you can. And then I would say his only advice that he said would be perhaps having a little bit more not over preparation, but like um a good idea of things you're going to say when you're going into certain parts, so it's not necessarily so clunky in terms of like, oh, we're sitting here and we're thinking with like not much talking, which makes a lot of sense, and I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, this was a very thoughtful email as I'm looking through it. What did you think about him saying about like, what do we want to be known for type of thing? Did you think about that at all?
Yeah, I think he kind of hit the nail on the head because he mentioned that like, you know, if like talking about what makes something like recognizable and like something important to want to listen to is if it has kind of like a little bit of quote unquote branding in the sense of like you have an identity. I think for a good part of the first part of the podcast sort of did in a way, but also we didn't because we talked a lot about sports. And like we both kind of talked about it and said we don't really want this to be us talking about like basketball. It doesn't really make sense, you know? So I think we tried to kind of get away from that and get more so into the happenings of everyday life. And he mentioned how like that is still a brand if you want to talk about it's kind of like the monotony of everyday life, and he compared it to Seinfeld, which I think is a good reference. But it's like, you know, just have a good idea of like where you're going with everything. I think is kind of like the main point of like
Yeah.
before you get into segments, have an idea of like what you're going to say before you start an episode, or even like before we, you know, push on. Just like have an idea of like what our goal is with this. You know, what do we want to be? And I think both of us kind of know what we want to be. I think both of us want to be like just like real yappers, you know, when it comes to like your dad said, everyday happenings and things like that, finding some fun
Yeah.
out of it. Like we're not I don't know, no offense, I don't think either of us are like particularly specialized or great at any one category to where like I would feel like an expert on a topic, you know, but I do kind of just like yapping, and I think that's okay. And yeah, that's kind of how I took it all.
Yeah, it was a very good email. It was much fun stuff to look over. He was pretty truthful with us, which I appreciated, you know.
Definitely.
Let's see here. Yeah. I mean, I think that about covers his email. Like I said, I'm not going to read the whole thing. He gave us a lot of good thoughts.
Yes.
Just back to Josh, I had this funny thought earlier where you were like, would you tell him to like open his eyes or pull his arms out or whatever?
Uh-huh.
Do you think he like goes into every episode like waiting for us to talk about sports because he found us under the sports section?
I don't know. He has to know by this point we are just like total fucking yappers. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess at this point, like he probably doesn't seem to care.
What are the other categories? Is there a category for just like nonsense?
I think I switched it to, I'm almost positive I switched it to a comedy, but
Oh,
I couldn't quite, I guess it hasn't changed.
that was our rebrand. We were trying to be funnier for a while.
Well, the categories are ridiculous, bro. Let me see if I can find them because like it's kind of bullshit. Okay, here's the oh yeah, and I have it set to comedy. Okay, there's a million categories. I'm not reading all this, but I felt like comedy kind of works the best for us.
Probably.
Just because like yeah, I mean, we're not a government podcast. We're not a, you know, animation and manga podcast.
Eh?
We're not a daily news podcast.
Eh?
We're not a earth science podcast.
Ooh, maybe we can take this offline. But yeah, maybe something to talk about there. Um,
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
uh, yeah, we appreciate the emails incredibly. We appreciate it very much. The feedback from Mr. B. It's always very appreciated. Um, Father's Day was on Sunday. Did he have a good Father's Day?
Yeah, we had a great Father's Day. We went to the course, played 18, and then we went home, had a nice, lovely steak dinner,
Wow,
cooked
that is
by the
lovely.
boys. We cleaned up for him.
Wow,
So, and we treated him. We didn't pay for any of his, he didn't have to pay for any of his shit that day.
that's awesome. Did
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
did you all watch any of the U.S. Open on Sunday?
No. We
Oh,
were golfing. We
wow.
were we were participating in the
You're
US
doing the
Open.
real stuff. All right, well then I won't bring it up. But there's well, actually, I might still bring it up anyway. But there's just Rory McIlroy had like a huge meltdown over the last couple of
I
holes.
actually
Like,
heard about it. I heard about it.
yeah, he missed like a 2 foot putt. He missed like a 3 foot putt, and he lost by one stroke. And I only bring it up really because I had a bet on Rory, and I was kind of like pulling my hair out. But I mean, I just gotta ask, bro. Like, you know, you're on hole 17 of the U.S. Open. All you gotta do is make a couple 2 footers to win it. Are you hitting that shit? No.
I'm ass, dude. You should see me play. But dude, I heard he was like he was a little bit behind, so he was like watching DeChambeau on TV, right?
Yeah.
I heard that like yeah, after he saw he lost, it took him like
Oh,
less than an hour to be like on a flight like home. Like
I
literally
yeah.
less than an hour.
I do feel really bad for him because like there is so much pressure on Rory to like be good because for a while he was like the face of the PGA in a way, and like he hasn't won a major in a long time, and he was like really supposed to win this one as like Sunday like was going on. and then like to lose it in the way he did with two short putts. There's a photo circulating of him like in the clubhouse watching DeChambeau, and he's just like,
Oh,
and like that is tough. I do feel bad for him. I mean, I was mostly being facetious. Like, of course, that'd be a terribly pressurized moment, and like I can't even imagine. But like, shit, I've had a lot of fun over the last week talking about like players who are professionals in their sport and talking about how they're really actually like bad at it. Um, One of them was golf. Another one was the Euro soccer stuff, and the Copa America is starting later on. But I've been watching some Euro soccer, and I actually will back up this take. I was being facetious about Rory. That's ridiculous, but my hot take about soccer players is that like they kind of suck at their sport, and like I will defend that pretty vehemently because I do wholeheartedly believe it that like a lot of them are bad, like not like bad soccer players, but like just like not really electric, Like there's a couple guys who like can consistently do cool stuff, but your average Joe Schmo soccer player that like I won't recognize and when I'm watching, which is like quite a few of them, if they're taking a shot from like the edge of the box, brother, that ball is going like 10 feet high or 10 feet wide. It's actually sad. Like it's like pathetic. Like they practice that shot probably since the day they're born, and they get into a game situation, and like I would say 60 to 70% of the time it's not even fucking close. And like it's like almost absurd to me. We already kind of had this conversation. We watched highlights together of a game, and we decided which one of those things we could do and couldn't do. And like yeah, there's points in a game where it's like, okay, he had a pretty nice like show of skill here, and like that was cool. I couldn't do that. But like that's very rare. Like most of soccer is like them like kicking it around midfield, like slowly moving up the ranks, and then somebody missing a shot by 20 feet, and it's like kind of insane. So
yeah. I feel like I remember bringing up this argument when we were talking about it the other day of just like USA players like practice their whole lives as well. Like there's plenty of people in
oh,
America who,
you're jumping the shark on me right now
oh,
because I don't think I said that. My hottest take of all is
oh,
that if if like Americans played soccer and took it seriously, we would smoke every country in soccer because like Americans are just fucking like cracked, and like we're the best at every sport, and these like dumbass Europeans are like ass at it. So that's my take.
well, don't we take it serious?
No, I don't think so. I mean, like, yeah, there are U.S. soccer players who like definitely do try very hard and like since they're young, but like not that many of them. Like soccer isn't a big thing.
And
Like,
they're never, I guess it is. It's not that big of a thing.
like no kids are really encouraged to take up soccer. I knew a couple of soccer players in high school, but it was like something. It just wasn't really a thing. I guess I don't know. Like,
Soccer just does not have the aura in America.
no, it has no aura.
It's
You don't
also
really.
called soccer, not
Yeah,
football.
we also got the name wrong and everything. I don't know. It's just like I can find fun in the sport, but it is like really pathetic. And just like with also how much of the sport really is just like bullshit stuff, Where it's like offsides is a stupid fucking rule. I hate it so much. It makes the game extremely choppy. I think penalties are like such a dumb thing too. Like you get like tripped on the corner of the box, and all of a sudden you get a chance with like an 80% chance to score. It's like you need to find a punishment for the team somewhere in between like nothing and automatic goal, and they literally put it like right here. Like it makes no sense. Like you need to come up with something else there. Like it's so silly. Not to mention the fact that like all of these tournament style games, if they go beyond extra or overtime, not extra time. Is it extra time? I don't know. They end in a penalty shootout, which is like one of the dumbest things you could potentially do. Like you're just gonna like coin flip for the World Cup? What? Like
Yeah,
who
that is
agreed?
crazy.
Who
That
the
is
fuck agreed to
so
that?
crazy, bro.
Like I understand, like in hockey, it makes sense that like in the playoffs they would just play sudden death because generally you're gonna score in hockey within like a reasonable amount of time. Usually, sometimes it actually does take a while, but like, and I think the argument against it for soccer is like, yo, we could actually play like a full another game and no one could score and it wouldn't be that crazy. That's kind of like the argument against it, and I get that. But it's like on one hand, like brother, this is the World Cup. Like, suck it up. Like, what are you mad that you get to watch? Like it just make it sudden death. Why do you play half an hour and have it not be sudden death? Play sudden death soccer. That's fucking dope. And
Yeah.
like Like in the latest World Cup, there was 2 goals in extra time. If it was sudden death, bro, that should have been over. It would have been fucking fine, you know? Like no one would have complained. It would have been like, damn, it's the golden goal, you know?
Yeah, the
That's so
golden goal.
awesome. But instead of the golden goal, you got some fucking weird ass penalty shootout where it got decided because like a French player missed the net, and it's like, oh, that was really underwhelming, you know? Like, and also it's
Hmm.
just like not soccer. It's literally not soccer at all. It's like, is the goalie gonna guess right? Is the shooter gonna like miss by an inch? My proposition, and like not going to be a particularly popular one, I think they should just play 11 on 11 full size, like go at it and like figure it out. If you were really tweaking, and maybe you do this after like 45 minutes and no one scores, like push the nets up, draw on your outside lines, play sevens, like someone will score. Someone will score, you know?
Your soccer ideas are crazy.
It's not crazy. It's like literally almost common sense, I would argue. But like no one wants to accept that because everybody thinks that like the old way we do things is like the only way we do things, and that like soccer is traditional and like it's everything's done for a reason, but in reality the sport is fucking stupid. And I didn't get some of the most annoying parts of soccer, which is like if a team has a lead with 20 minutes or less, every single whistle takes like 4.5 minutes because the guys are like, oh, I can't pick up the ball. Like they act like they don't know how to like touch a soccer ball because they're trying to waste time. And for some reason it's allowed. And like that, like everyone's like, that's oh, it's a part of the game, guys. If they like get touched, they're gonna fucking flop around in the grass for like at least 3 minutes, dude. And it's like, come on, why is this a part of the game? Like what? Like I think if you're under like 20 minutes, I think the clock should start stopping. And I realize there's extra time that's supposed to account for it, but it never does. You know, a guy's
No.
sitting there on the ground for like 5 minutes. They put like 6 minutes of extra time up, and it's like, yo, there was a lot more than 6 minutes of nonsense I just watched. You know, like so it's always advantageous for a team to stall, which is horrible for like amusement. There's always advantages for teams to fucking like flop around and shit. And it's like it makes a lot of soccer, especially when you're watching games where I'm talking about where guys are just like pretty bad at scoring and like doing most things, which is unfortunately a lot of soccer players as far as I can tell. It makes those games pretty fucked up to watch. And like I'm so excited for any fucking like soccer fanatics to come in our emails and fucking like hate email me because like please prove me wrong. The sport sucks. Like the sport needs work.
Yeah, I just
Sorry.
want to say our Ember in Argentina, cover your ears.
Yo, why are you
Because
assuming the Argentinian's a big soccer fan?
of Messi
Yo. Oh yeah, true.
and
Yeah.
and Di
Oh,
Maria.
Di Maria and that's about
Su
all I know.
Suarez,
True.
Aguero.
Wow. You're
Could
going
I
crazy.
could I Suarez even still play, bro? No fucking way. How about Aguero? No way.
I think the Copa opens with Argentina and Canada tomorrow night actually. So I
Dang.
guess they'll be busy tomorrow night or Argentinian watcher. If they like soccer, I'm not assuming.
Dude, Di Maria's got to be my favorite soccer player. Just total side note.
Actually,
Yeah, I love him.
why?
I just think he's funny and he's kind of like fun to watch. Every time I watch him, he's actually making shit happen, I feel like.
Yeah, not too many guys actually make shit happen.
Like
Which
that,
is
he's just exciting and he's kind of like funny looking. He's like kind of like
yeah.
Weasley with it. And like I just
I
like
don't
him.
I don't think most soccer players understand like opportunity cost or the value of possession. Like they'll get the ball and like it's not too common you'll get the ball in soccer in like a dangerous spot, like at the edge of the box. So many times these guys are just like they're like at some point, fuck it, I'm just gonna rocket it towards the net with like on like a bad angle where either the goalie's gonna make a super easy save or they're like always going to miss. And it's like man, like that's a really valuable spot. I feel like you're gonna want to be pretty careful with your touches there, but they tend to get real fucking aggressive sometimes, and it's like I don't know. They just like every time I'm watching, I'm like, oh, dude, you might not get back there again. What are you doing? Or like they also, I mean, I guess I'm just complaining at this point, but like sometimes they just get over like pass aggressive, and it's like, okay, if you're actually gonna have a good look on net from a good angle, how the fuck are you not gonna take it? Like the net is like half as big as the field, brother. Just like put it on. But yeah, I don't know. The sport needs work. I think if America tried, they would smoke everybody. That's my patriotic take for the day.
All right, that's Shane's patriotic take of the day. My patriotic take of the day is hot dogs and hamburgers are really awesome foods that represent America really good.
You don't want to say anything about America's big upset over Pakistan in cricket?
Oh my gosh, I saw the highlights, bro. Don't even know what the
Are you
fuck I'm
serious?
I just don't know what the fuck I'm looking at. It looks wacky as hell, dude.
Yeah. I mean,
So,
but that just goes to show if America gives any level of a fuck about any sport, they're gonna dominate it. So, oh well. Although I guess hockey Americans kind of care at this point, and yet Canada's still better, or are they?
Canada's better.
Dude, you know what was lit? The fucking World Championships when it was like NA under 23 or whatever,
Yeah, I like
and all that
that.
stuff. Why did they not do that again? That was so fun.
Team North America, bro.
That was so sick. And
That
then
was
they
so
they were just
dope.
like, yeah, that was that. What you were not going to do that anymore. I don't know why. That
That
was
was
so
so
fun.
cool.
I don't know
That
why they
was
wouldn't do it
lit.
again.
That was like taking over the hockey world. The hockey world loved that shit, dude.
Yeah, dude, it was fucking cool.
Well,
Team
our
Hero.
Zoom session's about is getting there, so I think we should hold off on our fun game for the
Yeah,
second half.
we have a fun game planned.
Might as well. Do you want to talk a little bit of cup final? Maybe
Yeah.
and before that, maybe give me a thought on uh Celtics hoisting
Uh,
the Larry OB.
Yeah, I feel like I've said it on this podcast. I think the Celtics were always kind of the best team, like kind of by margin. I don't know. It's kind of hard to like be a dick about it now and be like, oh, I told you so, because like they really did have maybe one of the easiest paths to the finals and a trophy like ever. So it's like, oh yeah, I told you so, but also like you get pretty lucky. I think if you're Boston, I do still think they would have won regardless of their path, but like they didn't have to go up against like the Sixers with a healthy Embiid. They didn't have to play the Bucks with a healthy Giannis. They had to play the Cavs, who had their best player hurt. They had to play the Pacers, who had their best player hurt. They had to play the Heat, who had their best player hurt. And then they played a Dallas team, and like Dallas isn't like bad, but I mean Luka was kind of banged up, I know as well. But I mean, they were just better than Dallas. I don't think Dallas was the best team in the West this year by any stretch of the imagination. I think they won a couple close series, and like that's good for them. But yeah, I mean, I'm not going to go around fucking rubbing it in people's faces, but like I will take a little bit of indication in the fact that like it was always Boston. You remember me a long time ago telling you it was always Boston, don't you?
Yeah, you could probably go on this show like long before the finals, and we probably said it.
Yeah, it's just I mean yeah we can't be victim
I
about that. I feel
I do have a take about the finals, and it's kind of a sad story, dude. I honestly was like getting upset about like the Kyrie like getting booed as much as he did in
really
Boston. Yeah, it was actually like upsetting me, bro, because I was like, that is like some petty ass shit. Like every time he touched the ball, booing, and like, dude, and like he even said it, like, oh yeah, I'm trying to like prove the crowd wrong and like stuff like that, and like he's playing like shit in Boston, and like. Then like in the fucking closeout game, like he was like chasing a ball out of bounds, and then like even Mike Breen on the broadcast because somebody said like something to Kyrie, and Kyrie's like, "What the hell's wrong with you, man?" And like, dude, like they're like literally bullying the fuck out of Kyrie, and I just feel like it was fucked up. I just feel like it was fucked
yeah.
up.
I don't know. I don't think I'm as far as you on that. I think like if somebody said something like personally horrible to him, I think that's obviously wrong. I don't think there's anything wrong with booing him because I know in the past like he's like flipped off the Boston crowd or whatever and stuff like that, right? Like he's been a bit of a menace to Boston, right?
Yeah, he has been, but I don't know. It felt like wrong to me. Like I feel like I've never seen it to that degree before, like especially in basketball. Like even
Yeah.
like fucking Warriors with Braun or like
Uh-huh.
anything like that, dude. Like it's never been like that. Like maybe like a couple possessions or like cheering they miss every once in a while, but like I mean, fuck, dude. Like
I think
every
boo-
time.
I think booing a guy is good fun. I think if like you're gonna start hurling insults at him that he can hear, I think you're being weird. I think like boo for the other team, boo for the bad guy on the other team who like has history with our fans. I think that's whatever to
I'm
me.
sure he's hearing shit, dude. I'm sure
Yeah,
he's hearing shit. I mean, Mike Breen literally said on the broadcast that
yeah,
like that was a disgrace or whatever.
that's loser shit. That is definitely loser shit.
They're all being such petty bitches, dude. If they any of them had that chance, they probably all would have said something to fucking Kyrie. It's just like,
Probably.
It just made me sad because I love Kyrie and like I wish he was like hitting shots in
Yeah.
Boston so like it wasn't like a thing, you know. But like
Yeah.
he just like was like I just felt bad for him. I'm such a fucking empath. I was just like, oh, like if this was me, dude, like I'd crumble to the floor, bro. I wouldn't even want to play, you know.
Yeah. Do you think there's any truth to like the rest of the team outside of Luca, like kind of being fucking annoyed with the way that they run shit over there?
I don't know. I don't know if there's truth to that. I feel like the Mavericks are like a good team. I don't know, but I just feel like they're like they ran into a team that just has like one of the best rosters. Like
Yeah,
truthfully,
probably.
like fucking like all of their guys are good as fucking shooting and good as fucking defense, you know?
Yeah, I would personally be annoyed if I was on his team. He sometimes can get real like throw his arms up when his teammate makes a bad
Oh,
play type vibes,
with shit like that for
and
sure,
also he's
bro.
like big time ball hog. But
Well, ball hog stuff, I feel like it's so hard to criticize him when he's literally killing it, bro. Like
yeah.
it's so
Well,
hard to
he
criticize him for being a ball hog when like he's like triple double machine, bro.
not that serious. Maybe game. Well, game four he didn't even like score that much either. I feel like he
I
didn't
bet his
really.
finals averages were close to a triple double.
Oh well, yeah, yeah, yeah. I just mean I guess like scoring wise, it wasn't particularly impressive, but
Yeah, I wonder how much his injuries were factoring into the series,
yeah.
honestly.
Did they come out with like exactly what he was dealing with or no?
I don't know. It's not like hockey. I saw that as soon
Yeah.
as the Celtics won, it came out with Missoula. Missoula got injured. Like
Oh
Missoula has
really?
like, oh
Yeah,
my,
he's injecting like the blood of Satan directly into his fucking like wrist or something, probably.
dude, I would love to see Joe Missoula showing the players like UFC chokeholds.
He's a freak. He
I
actually
would,
scares me.
oh, he is the biggest freak, dude.
I do think he's an underrated coach. I think people are going to be like, "Oh, this Boston team was just like amazing. Anybody could win with them." I do think Missoula's a pretty good
Oh,
coach.
me too. No, I think he's an amazing coach. I just think he's a freak.
Yeah, agreed.
All
Do we
right.
have time for cupcakes or no?
Probably not, just because I feel like we could do a little bit on that and we
Oh, a
got,
minute 30. Okay, yeah, no.
oh, you could see that?
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. I didn't know that. All right, well, we'll cut it to the second portion of the flame side here. All right, guys, welcome back to the second portion of the flame side. I want to use this time to remind you to email us. It should be on screen, so send us some emails. Um, I don't really know if we should get into some Oilers talk, maybe when the series gets more interesting.
Yeah, I think game five was lit. I had a lot of fun. I think the Conn Smythe conversation right now is pretty interesting because the best player in the playoffs and in the world is obviously Connor McDavid, but they are still likely to lose the series despite coming back to make it 3-2 at this point. And there's some good discussion around if they lose game six, does McDavid deserve to win the Conn Smythe anyway? I think it's kind of fun. I have a little bit of takes on it, but it's not till Friday. It depends. Do you feel strongly one way or another, or should we maybe
I mean,
table
you
it for
can give
now?
me the spark notes. I personally think that, he should probably win it, but I understand why, you'd want to give it to the winner of the, actual cup. So,
Yeah, I agree that like if we're talking like dictionary definition of who's the most valuable player, who's the best player in this year's playoffs, it's not even a question. It's obviously McDavid. I do think that like the spirit of the award kind of lies within giving it to like the player who I want to say quote unquote won it for his team. Like without this player, like the Panthers wouldn't have won the Stanley Cup, or without this player, whatever Oilers. But like I think unless you have something like absolutely like ground shattering, earth breaking, did I switch those? Whatever. Like you need to give to somebody on the winning team because it is an important distinction as well. I think like knowing like okay like who is the guy that like got it home the most, like that matters to me at least. Like I think it's important to recognize that. And like uh, I think you only choose to recognize somebody else if it's like absolutely extraordinary. And I do think like McDavid has done. I do think he has done that to a large extent. I think that you kind of get into a tricky situation if the Panthers win Game Six, where it's like, okay, they won the series 4-2. The Oilers only won 2 of 6 games. I find it very difficult to give it to a guy on their team, despite everything, despite all that he's done. I think that you should still give it to a Panther in that case. Now, if you go to game seven and it's like, okay, we're in game seven, we're essentially coin flipping, weighted coin flipping for the Stanley Cup at that point. I think you got to give it to McDavid. It's close enough to where it's like, okay, this could have gone either way very easily. There was no like really reason for either team besides like maybe some puck bounces, to be completely honest, in hockey. So I think you give it to the guy who's clearly the best. I think game six, give it to a Panther. Game seven, McDavid, no matter who wins. That's my take on it.
That's fair. And that's probably what
So.
will happen.
Yeah, I don't know though. McDavid is quite the favorite in the betting market, so I do think a lot of writers have decided that they're just going to give it to him regardless. I think their opinion may change if like Barkov or Kachuk scores a couple goals in that game. I think that would probably get them the hardware,
What
but
if like Bob's has a shutout?
I think Bob's cooked. I
You
think
think?
he was the huge favorite after game three, but I think giving up what five and then four. I'm like, and I think at this point he has a save percentage below 90%. And if you look at the goalies who have won the award in the last like 20 years, like we're
They're
talking
locked
guys
down.
who have like, yeah, like 92 plus, like several shutouts, like
Yeah.
it's just he hasn't had that kind of run. He was very good in games one and two, and he was the reason they were up 2-0. But at this point, like, he's not been their best player, not by a long shot. If you look at the playoffs in total, so I don't think I think Bob's cooked. I think it needs to be Kachuk or Barkov. Whoever scores next basically is going to be the leader in my opinion.
Yeah, it's
So
definitely down to those three forwards. The one
yeah,
from the Oilers, McDavid, and then the two Florida boys, Bark and
I think like a
Chuck.
35 save shutout and things could get weird. I don't
Yeah,
want to say
right,
it's
right.
impossible.
I feel like that is the case as well.
It would need to be game six, like 36 save shutout is the only way I think that Bob has a chance.
Oh
So
yeah, if they even yeah, because if they lose,
if it gets to game seven, it's McDavid. It's not a debate, I
you
think, at
think?
that point. Yes, I
Yeah,
think
because
it's
they'll
over.
probably have to score tomorrow or whenever that game
Unless
is.
unless like the Oilers win 4-3 and Barkov has a hat trick and then he has another hat trick in game seven. I'm like, yeah, of course that changes things. But I think like in 90% of runouts, it's McDavid if it gets to 7 games. 95%, I would even say.
Would you call McDavid a pest on the ice?
I don't think he's quite the pest. I would call 19 and White or yeah, I guess White on Friday. Kachuk, I would call him more of a pest. But it's funny you bring that up. We've had a lot of conversations about pests throughout the day and last night. Something actually tried to attack my girlfriend. Tried to attack my girl last night.
Were you able to defend her?
Eh, did my part. There was just there we walked into the bedroom, or she walked in and I was still out here, and she let out a large gasp and said there's a cockroach in the room, and lo and behold there was a cockroach in the room, and it was just laying there on his back, not quite deceased yet, just kind of like given like the very weak like dying bug movements, which is kind of sad.
Ah,
I kind of felt bad for him, so I just collected him and put him outside. And Godspeed. But it's a little tweaky because like with cockroaches, you don't want a fucking like situation where the fucker laid eggs and something. You got a bunch of cockroaches around. That's no fun. They're harmless, but like they're annoying. And so yeah, she got a bit freaked out. She doesn't do well with the bugs, so we like completely took out everything from underneath our bed, like searched everything, made sure there was no bugs, no eggs, nothing like that, and there wasn't, thankfully. But we have had some ants. It's really hard, I think, in the summer months to just get like nothing at all, especially like in a pre-war apartment like this. So um, also, I have no idea this apartment is pre-war. I just saw that term used and I kind of wanted to use it. But regardless, we do like our kitchen. Like we get ants in there sometimes if we leave like a speck of food on the ground. So I am a little bit worried. I know cockroaches are also attracted to water, and like we have to leave water out for the cats. So like I don't really know what the deal is with that, but they haven't gone near the water, so I don't know. They haven't. I'm thinking maybe this guy just like lived in the walls or like lived downstairs at the restaurant, somehow made his way up here and was like, yo, there's no food up here, and just kind of crawled out and died is kind of what I think happened. But I guess you never know. But so it's kind of funny. We got a call from one of our friends who we'll call Sus. We actually do call Sus, but that's besides the point. And because he wanted me to play Rocket League. And so I explained to him the situation and I was like, hey, like, I just trying to like make sure everything's good here. I wanted some reassuring words from him saying like no big deal, not to worry to Allison. And so I told him like, yeah, like we had a cockroach, and he goes, hey, you know what that means? If there's one, there's gonna be a million. And
Oh
yeah, so
shit.
he's totally fucked up and made it a lot worse. So thank you for that, Sus. If you're listening, send the frog. Fuck you for that. But anyway, so we decided that we're going to talk about this a little bit further because I do think that it's an interesting conversation to have about kind of pests and which ones are worse than others.
Oh
Because like
shit.
I mentioned, we have cockroaches, we have ants, but I think one is clearly a
Ooh.
little more annoying than the other. And then you get into a lot of different animals. So
Ew, this is making my
for
skin crawl.
yeah, for our audio listeners, we have pulled up a tier list ranking. This is just one from tiermaker.com. Somebody has listed some common and some uncommon house pests. So we're gonna rank these. S to D is kind of weird. Are we doing like ones that we're okay with and like no problem at the top, or we're gonna do like scariest
Opposite.
ones?
I think opposite.
Okay, so the worst ones at the top.
Yes.
Okay, let's just go down the line. We'll do S is like that thing needs to die,
Get
get the
that the
fuck away
fuck
from it.
away.
D is like whatever, he'll figure it out, right?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Starting out with this is an ant.
Oh.
I got well, I was gonna say I have no problem with ants, but like it is a little bit unsettling if you walk into like your kitchen or something and there's like a little like chip and you're like, oh, I gotta pick that up, and there's like a fucking like sea of ants underneath it and you're like, holy
Oh
shit.
my
I
God.
actually had this black plastic fork that had fallen, and so I picked it up, and the black plastic fork, I thought I was on like fucking Molly or some shit. It started like swimming, and I dropped it, and I realized that like there was a million
Ew.
ants all over.
That's fucking
So
gross.
yeah, so I mean, ants, they're not gonna hurt you. They're tiny enough. Like they're not also that hard to get rid of. I guess they're not easy to get rid of, but
Oh,
also
they can
like
be tough, bro.
they can be, but also it's like at some point it becomes a fun game of like you gotta spray that, you gotta do this, and it's like you're not
Oh.
really we're not talking life or death here. It's fine. I'm gonna put this in C tier because like we said, not gonna hurt you, just like mildly annoying, you know? It's like if you see them, you're not gonna ignore them, but also you're not gonna be too worried about it.
Yeah, I mean it just because I'm looking down the list, I think C's fine, but like I've had battles, literal battles with ants, dude.
God.
So my roommate has this he gets this like coconut, like shredded up coconut.
Uh-huh.
Multiple times now he's bought it and I'll go and I'll find it and I'll pick it up, dude, and you'll just see them in there like little
Oh my
black dots in
God.
and dude, they just fucking pest us. And they
Yeah.
also pested me back at my last place.
Uh-huh.
Oh, they're just so annoying.
Yeah.
But
They're
I'm fine with
annoying.
C. I'm fine with C.
Yeah.
Just because like look at these other things,
Yeah,
bro.
we got a lot worse coming our
What
way.
the fuck is this one?
I think this is a tick, is what I can
No, I
is what
see the
I
tick second to
is
last.
this? Oh, that's a tick? Oh, what
Yeah.
is this then? Like a bed bug?
I feel like this is like a stink bug.
No, stink bug's right here.
Oh shit.
I think
What?
well
A
let's
roach?
just
Oh, is it a
let's
beetle? It looks like a beetle.
yeah, I guess so.
Let's just
But this
call
is
it a
but this is
beetle.
a beetle.
I don't really ever give two fucks about beetles. They're fucking gross though.
Oh, I don't give a shit about a beetle. I'm not even gonna think twice if I see a beetle.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with B or C. I think they're disgusting.
B or C?
No, C or D.
Oh, I'm cool with D. If this is just like a regular beetle, like I don't know
I
why I would
just hate
care.
how much juice they're carrying around. They look juicy.
That don't bug me. I don't know. They're fine.
All right,
I'm
yeah,
putting these in D.
that's
I will,
fine.
I'm about to load up D though because I also don't give a shit about stink bugs.
I thought that was a cockroach.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a cockroach, isn't it?
That's a cockroach, bro.
All right, hold on. We need to reevaluate. Okay, let's call this a stink bug then.
No, because I do see stink bug later,
Where's
bro.
stink bug?
Right after spider.
All
That's
right,
a stink bug,
that's
bro.
not what I'm colloquially known to refer to. Whatever, it's fine. Okay. The cockroach, unsightly, but like not the end of the
Disgusting.
world. Not the end of the
Fucking
world.
disgusting, dude. I'd put this in B easily.
I'm okay with B. It's grosser than an ant. You're less happy to see this than an ant, but like IMO, you're not tweaking.
Yeah, I'd maybe put it A, but that's fine.
Let's put it A for now because they are a little gross.
They're
Um,
fucking gross.
what is this thing? Is that a moth?
I think that's a moth.
Okay, moths can be fucking annoying, low key.
I honestly don't care too much about a moth.
Okay, actually, I'm fine with that. Like they can be annoying, but like also they're kind of fun in a way.
They always let themselves out too, I feel like. If there's a moth annoying you, like you just open a door, bro, push him that way a little bit, he'll get the fuck out.
You can get some weird stuff going on if you got like fruit out and things like that. They can be a bit annoying, but I don't know. Anyway,
This
I
next
think
one's just,
this is just like a housefly, right?
yeah,
I'm not speaking about a housefly.
nah,
That doesn't
housefly,
bother me.
they don't bother me.
What the fuck is this thing?
Is that a mole?
I don't know. What I do want to say is I think it was something when I stayed at my girlfriend's cabin a couple years ago. There was like this I think it was a porcupine that would like eat the siding of her house, and I guess that was a pest. And I wonder if this is kind of what they're getting at. Whoever made this list lives in like a fucked up area for sure. But
Yeah,
um,
I don't know I think that's a mole.
if this thing was in my house, we got a problem.
Oh my God.
That thing is not gonna like that. That's not gonna be okay. This is
Well,
chill.
I kind of want to put it in D. I've just never dealt with the damn thing.
Let's okay. Let's assume this is eating the siding of your house and making loud noises at night. Let's go with that.
I put it in A.
Really.
That's annoying. I better never see the fucker. I hate the way he looks.
Yeah. I don't really know what that is.
I think it's a
But
mole, bro. I just think we should
let's
put it in D because we've never dealt with it.
sure, we'll put it in D. Is this a mosquito?
Yes.
Okay, mosquitoes low key call me crazy.
No, bro. Oh yeah, no, yeah, definitely.
I hate
I
mosquitoes.
thought you were gonna like not put it in that. That is the
No,
fucking worst thing,
mosquitoes
bro.
are ass because it's like they give you no choice. Like you can't show a mosquito mercy. You have to murder it in cold blood, or else
Dude,
like you're fucked. Like there's no like escorting a mosquito out of the room. There is blood shed on either side. Either they're gonna take yours or you're gonna take its, and it's kind
what
of sad. But
what about those summer days where you spend like the whole day outside in like a mosquito area, kind of like no choice, and like
oh
that like day after, like how many like welts you got on you and shit.
oh yeah, nothing better than waking up with like a shit ton of fucking bumps on your skin and being like, oh, I guess a mosquito slept with me last night. Like, fucking, it's terrible. Although it does remind me of one of my favorite field trips of all time. One of our listeners, Hudan, was on this one, but we went to this like swampy marsh area for our environmental science class, and it was the most buggy, mosquito-ridden place I had ever been in my life, and the entire class was the most miserable I've ever seen people in my entire life, and it just made it so fucking funny because everybody was at their complete last like nerve on everything. There was like multiple people blew up on each other. It was one of the funniest days of my life.
That's what mosquitoes fucking do. And it's because they're greedy, bro. Because they'll suck you until they can get every last drop that they
Oh
possibly
yeah,
can. Because sometimes you'll catch them and they won't, and like you'll pop them and like they'll have so much blood, like it'll be like an explosion, basically.
yeah,
I fucking hate
yeah.
them.
They're annoying. I'm not. I'm anti mosquito for sure. Um,
What's
this is a
next?
this is a mouse, and then that's a rat, right?
Okay. Disgusting. Just absolutely
Be
disgusting.
nice. Be nice.
I'm not that bad on them. My mom is horrified of them. And I just remember one time where she literally got to call me out of school because she needed me to come like get this mouse and clean it up for her. And so I always
God.
kind of loved that because I got to get out of school. So I kind of don't
Yeah.
hate the fuckers.
I mean, me personally, I've had rats as pets, and like they're fun. But like it's a mouse, dude. Like it's not gonna bother you, you know.
Yeah, I don't really care about them, honestly.
I think they're not like fun to see if they're in your house. That's a little bit like, okay, we gotta do something
It
about
is
this.
ant level, bro. It's ant level.
I think mice and rats can be in the same place.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay, I almost don't want to rate snake because like yeah, that'd be a problem. But like,
In your house?
where do you live, brother? Like,
Never
yeah,
ever in
snake in
my
your fucking
house,
house?
bro.
You leave the fucking like snake door open? Like, what do you mean? There's a snake in your
Yeah,
house,
just
brother?
put it in D just because you don't get snakes in your house, bro.
No,
And
it
then
doesn't
the
make
day I
sense.
do, it'll go in S. Okay. Next one.
I think like a fucking like beaver might have made this list in his dam. He's like you fuck when the fucking snakes come in and the moles come in your dam. Isn't that the worst? Like no, dude, we live in apartments. Spiders.
I hate them so much.
I have a love hate relationship with spiders.
They freak me out more than any bug forever and ever.
Yeah, I want to like spiders. I really do, but they are so creepy.
Like, what is up with them, bro? Why do they have to look like that?
They are so chill. Like at the end of the day, they don't want anything to do with you. And where we live, like none of them are gonna hurt you, even if they do happen to bite you, which is very unlikely. But at the same time, like they are creepy. They have created a shit ton of fucking webs everywhere, which like is annoying as fuck and also tweaks you out because it's like, is this a web or is there a fucking spider about to crawl on me? Which is not fun. They're also just kind of unsightly and I don't know. I would put them in A because like they do suck, but like they aren't the worst, you know?
Yeah, they're so an S to me though. But I
Really?
guess I guess it has to be A, just because they actually aren't causing you any harm, but they freak
No.
me out so much, bro.
They're cockroaches basically.
I hate how the fucking spider looks so much, dude. Like it's something's wrong with them.
One that isn't here that I really wanted to get into was centipedes.
Oh,
Because I think same kind of idea where it's like they're absolutely disgusting. But
ew,
like
the worst to look at,
but
dude.
they're actually like kind of like lit to have in the home ecosystem, and like they're the last person that they're gonna bug. They're not gonna go near you, you know. So like I got some love for centipedes, but it's the same thing. I would even put centipedes in B tier here because they are as gross as spiders and cockroaches, but like they're kind of like with it, you know. Like they got like the team like mindset. Spiders and cockroaches, they don't got the team mindset. They just won't bother you, you know.
Ew.
Like the centipede wants you to like get up and like have your coffee in the morning. Spider doesn't care, you know?
Dude, I had a centipede fuck with me at work one time. I was just like doing my normal mundane tasks, like literally robot looking at the computer, typing in orders, and all of a sudden the centipede falls from the ceiling right onto the papers I'm working with, dude. And I literally had a freak out like more than I've ever had a freak out in my life, dude. So that
That's fun.
experience, I would have put it in S just because of that. Dude, it scared me because I was literally just mindlessly working, you know?
He's probably more scared than you. There's no way he meant to fucking like Spider-Man like fucking
For
drop in
sure.
your
No,
face.
he fell, dude. He fell.
That's so funny. That's ass.
But yeah. Spiders in A, that's fine. I hate them though.
Yeah. A hypothetical centipede in B, or would you want it in A?
I'd want centipedes in A.
Okay.
Where are you going
Um,
with stink bugs?
D, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care either. What about
They can be
earwigs,
annoying.
bro?
Uh, oh, I've never actually like seen or dealt with these.
Dude, I've never dealt with earwigs until this new apartment of mine.
What do they do?
Nothing. They just look a little unsettling. When
They
you
do
see
look
any,
fucked
the
up.
first time when you see an earwig and you see those little spikes on the back, you're like, oh no. Like, what did we get?
Does it fuck up? Like, does it hurt?
Doesn't do anything, bro. Well, it literally doesn't do shit to you, but it's just like weird looking.
Uh huh.
It's like ant level to me, honestly.
Okay. Yeah, I would be a little tweaked out if I saw that. I'd be like,
And I've never seen it
good.
gold. I, it's
That's like a
usually
that's like a king earwig.
that's a rare earwig, so
Yeah,
I'd probably be much more scared if I saw that one. Next one's a tick.
that's a tick.
Yeah, have you ever had a tick?
Yes, horrible.
I've never had a tick. I'm
Had
scared of
ticks.
them.
Yeah, have your dogs had ticks?
Yeah.
Yeah, dogs like are tick magnets. It's always really fucked up when you like are petting your dog and you're petting their like ear, and there's like, oh, I didn't realize you had a massive fucking like I
Yeah.
don't know juicy ball on your ear. Oh, it's a tick that's like expanded 99,000 times its regular size. It's all fucked up. Yeah, I hate ticks. They're disgusting.
Yeah, they're bad. They're like mosquito level, I think, easily, right?
They're mosquito level easily, and like they can also like do some damage. You know, like
Yeah, they're bad.
they carry some bad diseases, especially for
Wait,
the pups.
I actually do remember getting a tick one time, and it was with, I don't know if you were there, but we were going on a bike ride, a couple of our friends way long ago, and we literally all got them at the same exact spot. Must have been like a family of fucking ticks, and we were all like sitting there pulling them out.
Ugh.
I don't know if I got one though,
Yeah, I
but
had to take on
fuck
like
ticks, dude.
I had to take on like my inner groin once, and then after that day, I was always tweaked out because it's
Oh,
like then after I like would get home from like bike rides and like grassy areas and things like that, I would always like have to fucking like do a whole body search because like I was tweaked out, bro. Because like I like it's not easy to notice when you got a bug in a weird place or a tick in a weird place. Like you got to make sure you're looking around.
yeah.
So that sucked. I don't like ticks. Ticks bother me.
What do you think about what is that?
Wasps?
Yeah, wasps.
I don't like wasps. I actually really dislike wasps.
Yeah, they're bad.
When my remember the wasps I had in my deck growing up,
Oh my God,
our
bro.
whole like backyard deck was pretty much unusable for a lot of my childhood because like it was just infested with wasp
The
nests,
wasps
and it's
there
like
were fucking worse than I've ever seen.
yeah, and it's like they're like it's another instance of like they're not gonna bug you, but like it's really hard not to like set them off when like you're walking down the stairs and like they're like that's their home. Like they're gonna get like shooken up a little bit because it's like wood rattling around, and they're gonna be like, "Yo, who's making the ruckus?" And they're gonna come fuck with you, and yeah, they'll sting you, bro. They'll sting you for sure, which sucks. Like they're a lot more aggressive than like pretty much any other thing on this tier list, I would say, except for maybe like mosquitoes and ticks, but like and they hurt, bro. They are not messing around. They will fucking stab you, and like that sucks. I think one of the funniest stories of my life is when a good friend of the pod and has been a guest, Asans,
Yeah,
has
he's the
been
worst with these things,
he was
bro.
running down the stairs and good listener of the pod, Scott Bones, starts slamming the wood on the deck
Oh
and
my
he
God.
Asans is running down like screaming, and all the wasps are just getting his ass. I think he got stung at least twice. It was so fucked up. It was so funny. He was screaming.
And he
I
is
like,
the worst with these bad boys, bro. He is the
uh-huh.
worst. When that's why I don't even want to put him in S because I don't get personally as scared of them.
You don't get too
Like
bothered by them.
no, and like I've been stung and stuff, but I find most of the time like running and stuff makes it so much fucking worse. Like just like chilling like is so much better.
I mean, I agree, but also I have like fond memories of childhood of like doing that exact thing of like, oh yeah, just like don't really like make any sudden movements. I got a fucking wasp, dude, that's like crawling on my face up my like
Oh,
eye, and like yeah, I'm not moving, but like I feel like I'm in like fucking like a Quiet Place movie, like I'm like dripping sweat, like so terrified, like yeah,
okay, that's fucked up.
like yeah, it
That's
didn't want to hurt me or nothing, but like it didn't realize what it was doing to me, like psychologically. So it still fucking sucked. I'm okay to put this in B tier because like unlike mosquitoes and
you mean A
ticks,
tier.
A tier, yeah,
I think
they're
it's A
not
tier.
like they're not going out trying to fucking hurt you. They're only gonna hurt you if they feel threatened. I think they're a little like they got some anxiety or something. They're more willing to come fuck you up than like these two things, but like they will, and it sucks.
Yeah, maybe put them to the front of A tier. I think what separates them and ticks and mosquitoes is like every single time one of those fuckers like have the chance, they're gonna take it. Whereas wasps are like, bloodthirsty fuckers like trying to get you all the time. Like those
Yeah,
top two literally live for it.
yeah.
That's what I think separates them.
I think we have some weird stuff going on in our tier list. We've somehow had a huge chasm in the B tier.
Yeah,
I
what
think
is up
let
with
me.
that?
I'm gonna take armadillo or mole. Can I take them out? I can't. I want them to remove them. Whatever. Um, should I? Can I have a hot take and say we should move up mice, mouse, and rat? Because like I am much less happy with a mouse or a rat in my house than I am an ant. Is that crazy to say?
Oh, for sure.
Like they're above an
I mean,
ant.
shit, bro. Honestly, a rat, if there was a fucking rat in my house, bro, I'd freak out. I'd freak the fuck out. Straight up.
Yeah.
We saw this wicked fucking rat walk across the street one night. We were walking home from the bar. It was disgusting, dude. Disgusting. Ew, and I'm like tweaking now. Like I'm thinking I got bugs on my feet and shit. Fuck
Dude,
this tier list, bro.
when I walk home like late at night here, I it's like a minimum like 5, 10 rats I'm gonna see on my way
Ugh.
home. they'll scurry across right in front of you, and they'll like dip into like a sewer. It's kind of fucked up, but also
Yeah, they're
like
just doing
they
their
want
thing.
nothing. They want nothing to do with you.
Oh, nasty, nasty shits, dude.
They've been a nasty rat.
Oh
Um,
gosh.
I think this is fine from here on out. Though we have the tier of like bugs that are gonna come make your life worse, bugs that aren't gonna come fuck with you, but like if you stumble across them, it's like not good. We got little guys that like aren't great, aren't gonna fuck with you, aren't quite as unsightly, except for maybe a rat. But like rats are also fun as pets, so whatever. We've got annoying but like ultimately harmless, and then we've got like I don't give a shit slash like like has not happened and will not happen to me. If a snake was in my house,
The
that
easiest S of
like
all time, I feel like.
I would not be living in that house
Like that's
anymore.
actually like call somebody. Like
Oh
all these
yeah,
other ones, even a mole. If I saw that fucking nasty fucker in my house, I would have to call somebody.
dude. I feel like if a mole was in my house, I'd be like, I wouldn't know what to do. I'd be like,
You want to
you want,
cuddle?
yeah, you want a beer, dude? Like, what are you like? Like this is a grown ass man in my house. Like, what are you doing here? Like,
I see our Zoom session's ticking down, so do you want to just get into some Himothy here and wrap up?
yeah, yeah. Let me stop my share. I think let's give one last look. I think this is good. You agree?
I think it's good. I mean, like I said, I'm a spider fucking, S truther.
Okay.
I, but I'm fine with M&A because they don't really
Okay.
fuck with me at all.
I am trying to work on my spider hatred. It's like it's unfounded. It really is. It's been it's the propaganda of when I was a kid of thinking spiders are terrible. They don't want nothing to do with you. You know
Yeah, they get a bad rap in media. They get
they
like
do.
they get
They're like
shown
the
as threatening.
they're like the zombies of the pest world. You know
Like, what the fuck did they do to deserve that, bro?
nothing, nothing at all. They're a little ugly.
But all right, let's get into Himothy here. So last week it was Claire going up against Lucario, which doesn't seem like a fair fight, does it? I feel like Lucario should win that.
I'd put money on Lucario in a fight.
Well, the results came out as Claire from Claire
Oh boy,
Spices taking it 3 votes to 0.
let's go Claire.
That's a clean Himothy run for you right there.
You.
Unanimous, some would say. So, what's your Himothy this week? Do you have one ready to go for us, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull hopefully yours right out from underneath you. I'm gonna go with your dad who sent in the email this week. It's also we're gonna unofficially call this the Father's Day pod because Sunday whatever. He deserves some recognition. He's been a huge supporter the whole time. He sent in a great email. He's hosted and been a part of multiple fun fantasy leagues. He's just overall been like a great friend's dad all around. And I mean, maybe you can speak more on the whole dad part, but like, I just think he's a beast, so he deserves some recognition. Mr. B, there you go.
Yeah,
My MVP of the week.
he's a great dad. I tell him that all the time,
Should.
not to get too wholesome on here for Himothy. I kind of want to just give it to him because I would hate to even put somebody to go against him.
Yeah.
But I guess
Well,
I should do it for the sport of it.
can you put up like a real shitty candidate, or do you have a good one?
I don't have one really prepared, so I guess I could put up a shitty
Yeah, put up a
candidate.
stinker. Put up like cockroaches and make somebody fucking vote cockroach over your dad.
I'll put in spiders this week then.
Okay. Do like creepy spiders.
I'll do like daddy long legs.
Oh yeah, because Father's Day. Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. Father's Day edition Timothy of the week. That's fair. Um,
Any closing thoughts though?
can I rapid fire you a couple questions?
Yeah, sure.
I watched most of the Lobster this afternoon, and a big premise of the Lobster is that if you don't find a partner, you have to get turned into an animal, but you get to choose your animal. What animal would you choose to get turned into?
Oh, I have such a basic answer that came right to my mind right away.
Uh huh.
I'd want to be a cat.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh? Why?
I just feel like that's such a good life.
Yeah. Sure.
I like a house cat.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'd much rather be a cat than a dog.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that.
In the lobster, you don't have any control over like what happens to you after you're the animal, right?
No, you're just well. It's kind of weird. No, but also like the main character's dog is his brother, and like gets to like carry around with him. It seems like the dog kind of understands that it's his brother, but it's really like loose in that movie. I think.
I also am like sloths. I'd maybe want to be a sloth.
I feel like the obvious answer is like you got to be like some type of thing that flies, like a eagle or something fun. You
Oh
know,
yeah, I guess that would be a good ansor.
I would definitely want like I need to feel I want to fly around. You
What
know,
about like an ocean animal? That'd be kind of cool. What about
fuck
like
the
a
ocean.
fucking blue whale, bro?
No, fuck the
Come on,
ocean.
a blue whale?
I don't want nothing to do with the ocean, bro.
What about an orca? You could be like the most badass fucking animal in the ocean.
Yeah, I guess. One of the characters' answers in the show was a parrot, which I think is sick because you can fly, you can still fucking talk. Like, that's kind of lit.
Yeah, wow. He thought through it.
I think parrot is like the goated answer. That would be mine.
I can't believe that fucker said a lobster.
Yeah, he gave a reason for it, but I was like barely paying attention. Weird movie.
He was probably just hoping he'd end up at a Red Lobster. Get it over with quick.
Yeah, but I don't like they boil them alive, don't they?
Yeah,
Like
oh yeah.
they don't
They
like
go in
cook
fucking
lobster.
uh-huh. They go in live, bro.
That's fucked. That's sad. Um, wait, final answer. What do you got?
Cat.
Cat. I'll do parrot. Cat's a good one. Um, I guess that's the only rapid fire question I had. You got any for me?
Rapid fire question. Who's gonna win the 2024 or 2025 NBA Finals next
It's
year?
hard, really hard for me not to just say Boston again. I like
Dude.
they're not going to lose too many pieces, and they're still going to be like amazing. I mean, I hope Philly gets somebody fun to where like they're going to be super competitive, but they're still no matter who they get, they're going to be behind. I don't think OKC is going to add enough or grow
How
enough to
about
be there.
T-Wolves?
No, I'm sorry,
How
I can't
about
see it.
Nuggets?
They'll be around,
How about
but
Bucks?
they're boring. But I think it's going to be the Celtics again. I think they're once again going to be like the best team by far.
Hard to argue with that.
What do you say?
Next year champion?
Yeah,
I kind of think like maybe I kind of like a team like the T-Wolves, honestly. I
yeah,
think they're good. It depends what they do in the offseason. If they just come in with the same team, I might be a little bit. Yeah.
yeah.
I also do like a team like the Thunder. I like one of the young teams to maybe get it done
Yeah,
after a
just
year of experience.
a lot of these teams I feel like kind of have like Sacramento Kings 24 vibes where it's like everyone's kind of expecting them to take a big leap forward with a bunch of young guys. But like none of these young guys got like particularly a lot better. They kind of are what they are and they didn't add anybody who was like a game changer, so they kind of just like did the same thing, only had more expectations and like by proxy did worse. So like I don't know. I'm not like crazy about your Thunders or your. I mean, Mini's a little bit better, but also I don't know what Mini can really do. So we'll see. But I'm gonna say Boston to be boring.
Yeah, that is
And,
boring.
Oilers in seven, baby. Been saying it.
Let's go. That'd be so fucking hype. Holy shit.
That'd be awesome.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in to week 12 of the Flameside pod,
Goaded.
the goated pod. We're the goats. Yeah, tune in to next week. We'll see you there.
Thanks everybody.
Bye.